This is TWiT.
9 to 5 Mac's Mark Gurman has been revealing details all weekend about the Apple Watch buying process. Very fascinating stuff. And Mark joins us now to talk about his multiple exclusives. Welcome to you, Mark.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Glad you're here. Now, let's get right into the expensive end of this pool. Apple's Gold Edition version of the Apple Watch will famously cost between $10,000 and $17,000. You report $10,000 and $17,000, not $10 and $17,000. You reported that Edition buyers will have a premium buying experience. Can you walk us through that experience?
Right. So they'll be doing a few things for those buying the higher end Edition watch. So first of all, no lines. If you're buying the Apple Watch Edition, Apple's going to basically drop everything and come to serve you first in front of everyone buying the lower priced models. So no lines for you. Another thing they're doing is they're offering a third year of AppleCare on top of the 2 years that are already included if you buy the AppleCare Plus program. And as part of that, they're going to have a special Apple Watch Edition contact line. So it'll be a 24/7 concierge-like technical support service that you can call if you ever need help. Another thing they're doing is they're going to have a special Apple Watch Edition only try-on area inside of stores, and they're even going to bring out in some stores some special chairs for you to sit on. They'll have padded mats for you to play with the watches on, and they'll really do everything to serve you as best as they can inside the stores. Another thing is they'll have a pre-sale consultation phone call or online chat with you so you can talk through the purchase before you go into the store to make it. Another interesting thing that we learned this weekend is that even though many Apple stores won't have the Apple Watch Edition at launch, Apple told employees it'll roll out gradually to all the stores over time. Any Apple store will be able to order it in via a special secure courier service. So you can go to any Apple store, order the Apple Watch Edition, and it will be delivered securely to your store with an armed guard, and they'll store it in the safe for you until you're ready to come and pick it up. The appointments for the Apple Watch Sport and the stainless steel Apple Watch will go between 5 and 15 minutes. But for the Edition, they'll have sales appointments that go up to 1 hour in time. So basically a pretty different experience for those buying the Gold model.
Wow. So, Mark, do you think that that third year of AppleCare is Apple's way of sort of hedging against the fear that this very expensive watch could not be perceived as a timeless timepiece, that it might sort of expire? Is that what they're doing, or are they just being good to their loyal customers?
I think a little bit of both. So the Sport and the stainless steel model each come with 1 year of AppleCare standard. And if you buy the Plus package, you can expand that to a second year of hardware technical support. For the Edition, it comes with 2 years standard, and you can purchase a third year with AppleCare Plus. So I think that's just an extra 1 year boost for those buying the more expensive model. It's integrated into the price point, but maybe a little bit of what you said as well in terms of trying to show that the watch will last a little bit longer than some people are expecting, or showing people that it's going to need support for a third year. So we'll see.
Now, I think a lot of us are, who are planning to buy an Apple Watch, and I'm definitely going to be buying one. I'm just going to go in and buy one for myself, maybe one for my wife, definitely one for my wife, actually. But will Apple offer special business pricing and financing or bulk discount options for the Apple Watch like they do with other products?
No, not at launch. So for the iPhone, iPad, and Mac, if you go in as a business, you could buy a whole bunch of them and get a special discounted rate through the Apple business team in the individual stores. But because of supply constraints and the nature of the watch being a new category for Apple, they won't offer any of those special discounts for the time being. Maybe in the future, maybe for a future generation, but for now, they're not going to. It would have made sense because I wouldn't be surprised if whole entire businesses would want to buy their entire staff a bunch of Apple Watches. For instance, like BuzzFeed a few months ago promised if they hit certain benchmarks, their whole staff an Apple Watch. So maybe they'll have to work out something special, but as of now, there's not going to be any business bulk discounts.
What about the trade-in program, Mark? In the past, Apple customers have been able to trade in older phones for credits toward new ones or credits toward MacBooks. I hear that's not happening this time. Can you give us those details?
Sure. So today, Apple launched a revamp of its iPhone trade-in program for retail stores. And for the first time, they'll be accepting BlackBerries, Windows phones, Androids, Samsungs, and such toward the purchase of a new iPhone. That new wrinkle there that you mentioned for the Apple Watch, however, is that you can't trade in an iPhone or Android or whatnot, get a gift card, and use that toward the purchase of an Apple Watch. You can only use the remainder of the gift card. So let's say you get $250 for your iPhone 5, and then you spend $200 of the gift card towards an iPhone 6. You can use the remaining 50 towards an Apple Watch, but you can't use the entire $250 towards the watch.
Well, they sound strict. Man, if you get an Apple Watch, it sounds like you're going to be lucky. Now, you suggested that supplies of the Apple Watch might be limited. What do you recommend for people to do who want one right away?
Right. So we reported last week on Friday that Apple Watch sales will only be available to those in stores who place a reservation. Some sites are reporting that this week, but that's Friday's news from us. So if you want one, you're bound to make a reservation in an Apple store or order it online and have it shipped to you. But don't expect to be able to walk in and just buy one without an appointment.
Mark, which watch are you going to buy?
I really like the stainless steel black on black one, so we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like a good one. Mark Gurman is at 9to5mac.com, and you can follow him on Twitter, and you should follow him on Twitter at Mark Gurman. His last name is spelled Gurman. Thank you so much for joining us, Mark.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Have a good one.
Take care.